Hey, what's up folks, how's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well. So we had the PlayStation Classic console for about a month now, and in response to all the negative feedback and criticism, Sony has actually significantly dropped the price of this thing. I remember paying about $120 for my original pre-order, but now you can get this thing for around $54 on Amazon and used for under $50, which is awesome because very recently the team behind modmyclassic.com did a lot of hard work, and they just released their open beta for BleemSync 1.0. This is a super simple, straightforward process. Should take you under 15 minutes to install, and it couldn't be any more simpler to play all your favorite PS1 games, as well as the fact that it's using the RetroArch emulator. You can play games from NES, SNES, Sega Mega Drive, and so much more. The only tricky process is getting the right USB thumb drive to work. I've tried a couple of different ones and didn't have great success, but there are a couple that I've tried that work fairly good, and we're gonna put those thumb drives in the description down below, as well as more information about the install process. But let's get right into unlocking the true potential of our classic. Now, the first thing you want to do is format your USB drive into FAT32, and you want to name the drive Sony all caps. Once you have that done, we're going to download the BleemSync 1.0 zip file. You'll find that link in the description down below. We're going to extract the two folders that came in the zip file onto the desktop, and here you can see them right now, and we're going to simply copy them over to our formatted USB drive. Now, next, we want to make sure that we have the USB power disconnected from our PS Classic. We're going to plug in the USB drive into the controller 2 port. We're going to then plug in the USB power and wait until the orange status light comes on at the front of the console, and we're going to hit the power button soon after. If you have a display connected to your console, you're going to see the Sony splash screen appear as it normally does, and soon after the BleemSync screen will appear, and this will take about a few seconds for the initial installation process to occur. And the nice thing is you don't have to do anything. It'll automatically shut down the console, which is cool. Once the console is off and you're back in standby mode with the orange light turned on, you can then remove the USB drive from your console and plug it back into your PC. What we now want to do in order to make the efficiency of transferring games to your USB drive a lot faster and more efficient, we have to reformat the drive to exFAT or NTFS. Before we do that, we do have to back it up. So we're going to just create a folder on our desktop called backup, and we're going to simply copy the contents of the USB drive onto the folder. And once that is done, we're going to format the drive again to NTFS. You could probably use exFAT, which is better, but NTFS is also fine. And once that is done formatting, we're going to recopy the backup files back onto the USB. And once completed, you can take the USB out of your PC and plug it back into the console. Now, at this point, what we want to do is grab the micro USB cable that came with your PlayStation console, and we want to simply connect the micro USB part to the back of the console for power, and we're going to connect the Type A USB connection to a free port on our PC. This is actually the way that we're going to transfer games from our PC to the console itself. So once you've connected the USB cable from the PC to your console, you're going to see that the orange light is going to turn on, so it's in standby mode, and we're going to simply turn on the console fully. Now, next, we're going to open up a web browser on the PC that we've connected our console to. I'm using Chrome over here, and we're going to type in BleemSyncUI.com on the URL bar. And once that loads up, the first thing you're going to see is the option to add a new game. And if you look on the top right-hand corner, you're going to see that we can choose the files. Now, you're going to need to find a game that has both a bin and a Q file. So I'm just going to add Marvel vs. Capcom over here, and we're going to choose that, and it will auto populate all the different parameters, including the game art and everything, so everything's done for you. And then we're going to scroll down and simply click on Add Game. It's then going to copy over the contents of the bin and queue onto the PlayStation Classic, and this might take a little while depending on the size of your game and the speed of your USB drive, but once it's done, it's automatically added to your library. And we're going to go ahead and add a couple of more games. I'm going to add Crash Bandicoot 2 as well as Crash Team Racing, and at this point you can only add a single game at a time, but that's not a major issue. later down the road, there'll probably be options to add a bulk or a batch of different games at the same time, but not a big deal nonetheless. And once we have all the games that we want added, we can also change some of the preferences of the BleemSync operating system. So if you look on top of the PlayStation Classic header, you're going to find BleemSync preference page. Click on that, and here you have a number of different options you can change around. So one thing I want to do, enable the RetroArch emulator to be used on the stock UI, since I think most games that I'm going to add will probably run a lot better on the RetroArch emulator than the stock emulator that the PlayStation Classic originally came with. I'm also going to enable Quick Boot, which skips the Sony splash screen, and also disable the health warning, since that should make booting into the console a lot faster as well. You can also play around with some of the other settings, like turning off the music and things like that, or adding your own music or themes, but I'm going to just scroll down and save all these settings. After that, we're just going to reboot the console and turn it on again, and once you get to the boot menu, we're going to choose the BleemSync UI, and you can see that we have the 20 games that originally came with the console, but in addition to that, we have our Marvel vs. Capcom, as well as Crash Team Racing and Crash 2, the games that we added using the BleemSync software on our PC. So that is awesome. In terms of the actual game performance itself, since we're using the RetroArch emulator, the performance is fairly solid, frame rates are fairly high. The internal hardware that the PlayStation Classic came with is actually fairly capable, but now we're not limited by the stock emulator or the stock operating system with the limited selection of games, and we've fully unlocked the true capabilities of this platform. Now, in just about 10 to 15 minutes, we've taken the deeply flawed PlayStation Classic and fully unlocked its capabilities, and now this is a true homage that pays tribute to the original PlayStation that we all grew up with and know and love. And I would say this is on par with the experience that you're going to get with something like a Raspberry Pi 3, and in a lot of ways it's better because you don't need to buy anything but the Classic itself. The BleemSync software is free, and I would definitely recommend you guys supporting them in contributing to the community, or perhaps even donating to them. I know I have, and again, big thanks to them for making this possible and making the process so simple and straightforward. If you have any specific questions about it, definitely let me know, and check out modmyclassic.com for more details about the install process. And other than that, I think this is definitely a great ending to the whole PlayStation Classic saga. It's now discounted, relatively affordable, and now you can play all your favorite games on something that looks as cool as this. So I'm definitely super happy, and this is more than just a novelty item from my standpoint. But definitely love to hear your thoughts, and I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have any specific questions, again, let me know. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and make sure you have notifications turned on so you get our videos once they become uploaded. And if you haven't checked out our mini gaming console collection that I have collected thus far, I made a video on that a few weeks ago, so definitely check that out if you haven't done so already. Other than that, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you later. Take care.